And then everybody else from the side of GE is quick to get over here. Great work by Crystal, being aware that somebody could be pushed up. I think freeing there, wide swung outside of the drop rope from B Tower, where if he had tried to isolate that fight, I think he could have done a little bit more in that situation, but maybe just didn't anticipate that there was going to be everybody, you know, two players, because they had already seen the Raze blast pack past them towards where the spike was coming out of alley. You know, DRX seemingly not quite as in tune with this different double duelist that we're seeing here with the Raze and the Neon. Haven't quite really seen it find some of those big hit moments, some of those fast combos that will put GE players off balance and get some
Patrick who?
Reposition from Patrick who. Bit of an all-in spot here from him. Does slowly slink back over into vent before the Nebula dissipates, so keeps himself safe here for the moment. Bit slower here from the side of DRX. Have to suspect that not being able to find a round win here is going to be the call of a timeout. It's Mako. Not going to get darted here by the camera. Oh, tries to slide in, get alongside the wall, but he cannot. Yutan quick to go ahead and find that punish now. The Nightfall going to be layered in. It's going to be the tripwire off the back of the rifle damage to find the kill. Estrella trying to just desperately TP forward, but it's cut down to size. The stun not connecting Crystal. The headshot does. 5-0 here for Global Esports.
I have to think we're going to see a timeout from Termi. That was
keeps ticking.
Oh boy. I mean, you gotta kind of rethink some of these ideas. There's some micro mistakes that are costing you, and then Flashback just decides, okay, well, I'm going to turn up the tempo. But there's all that util that's in front of him. Not only the Nightfall, the Cypher stuff.
Why Global Esports touching it
down as Global Esports, and DRX just kind of running right through it. So, I mean, DRX was absolutely phenomenal on Ascent. Global Esports looks phenomenal here on Split. Still sitting on Annihilation and a Cosmic Divide. Okay, Estrella, good for one.
All going to be sent, but I think it's a little bit of a whiff. It does not cut off Garage. Mako lurking, readjusts, second shot connects. Kelly S on the floor. Mako says, yep, I'm satisfied with that. Reroutes back through sewer. It's going to be a world away from the rest of his team, but given the player advantage, should be relatively safe. And now Global Esports constantly have to be looking over their shoulders for this Viper.
Spike planted. Them
You're
down.
going to use that Tejo util to try to keep people at bay, allow Estrella to shift over to Garage, but he's...
Swing in, Patrick Hu able to win out the fight. Showstopper is online. They're still getting some weaker weaponry. Doesn't decide to pull the trigger on this ultimate. The drop down, Yutan's going to be felled there. Swinging from Hyunmin, finding another. Now it's all down to Patrick Hu. Freeing, just able to escape. The paint shell going to go his way. Swings forward, ends up dying. Patrick Hu needing to win the fight. He's able to find that kill on the Hyunmin. Maybe it would be clutchable, but DRX will be able to find their first round victory here on this attack.
Well, it really seems like quick decision making is the name of the game here for DRX on their attacker side on Split. It's just that opening kill onto the B site. I mean, there was one in mid, of course, as well with Mako, but once Estrella found that kill on site, it is just everybody rush through, get in there and take that space, scale forward, and get ready for the plant. Just barely able to get through it. There was hope there for Patrick Hu. A lot of players weak. Use the Tejo utility to clear the corner, Boombot to clear front. And immediately a couple players from GE trying to tuck in. They're on a weaker buy already after winning 5 in a row.
Mako holding the line for one. Yutan able to go ahead and push forward. That's going to be a weapon picked up. As Kelly S finds Estrella. The rest of the team trying to push their way forward here into the site. Flashback barely able to go ahead and draw out the weapon, stabilize, find that kill. Showstopper going to be set. Clips the corner of the pillar. Kill not found for there. Things now grinding to a halt. 3v3 with Flashback dangerously low.
Just are you going to check this corner?
Drop down. Solid damage dealt. It's going to be a timing from Udotan. Showstopper sent up into heaven, finds it. Puppey is there now. Comes down a flashback.
No idea.
Be left guessing. Waiting patiently, but flashback and just sit tight. Here's the footsteps now. Catches a glimpse of him. Knows that he's not going to be going for any kind of fuse, so finds a headshot to be able to go ahead and drag this round.
एकदम वॉच पार्टी only.
The RX, a second one.
I just absolutely scrappy there. Udotan, nice job. Again, GE always is coming at you in pairs. So I really like being here, focusing on the teamwork here on this defensive side. Udotan had a tremendous round, just got clipped by the showstopper. Coming back out around the corner. Great patience shown by flashback. Cutting sound, waiting that out, and using it against his opponents. Very, very nice.
Whoa.
This is a really early Cosmic Divide. This has got to send your danger senses tingling.
Well, stray shots over towards Udotan and flashback. Barrel stop, spot out. As
Blocking vision.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Slayer standing. Out of charges.
It feels like there should be some kind of set play off the back of that, and DRX was just
I thought, you know,
out of it.
yeah, I thought there was going to be more aggressive positioning, scaling forward into mid, trying to get that control.
And B Garage, because it cut off through there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then,
But then it didn't. I don't know. I could see if there's some kind of plan behind it. Maybe they just couldn't execute it for some reason. Maybe there was some piece of util that slowed things up that they weren't expecting. I'm not sure.
yeah. Well, not sure about the click on this one.
Recipe needs a little work.
Hello.
Yeah. That being said, though, it's going to be a third round pickup for the side of TRX.
Hello.
Strong
हाँ.
their way back into this game. Global Esports
आ रही
team
ना
in
आवाज?
enough position as Kelly S and Free missing each other just a bit.
आवाज आ रही ना?
Should be nothing.
आ रही ना?
The big problem here for GE is that
अब भी TFT भी डाउनलोड करता हूँ सुपर.
because of that. So they're anticipating aggression.
Oh.
It just doesn't come in the spots that they're expecting.
कैसे कर लूँ TFT डाउनलोड?
Try to slow push through that wall, and Estrella's right
TFT
there.
नहीं राइट वो है ना तुम्हारा
Well, it is what it is. But the concern now is that you're back on an eco.
राइट
You're
खोलो
gonna have a judge.
और लीग ऑफ लेजेंड डाउनलोड कर लो TFT तो एक ही साथ हो
Pockets are
जाए
getting a little bit
League
deeper.
of Legends ने कर.
Still have a couple ults to work with too.
तो मत करो तो फिर
TFT का.
For Kelly S. Could find
अरे
some
तो
balance.
लीग ऑफ लेजेंड करो तो वही होता
Right outside of
TFT
B.
तो ही साथ में
Looking for some kind of trap play, I think.
आई लीग ऑफ लेजेंड्स के जो लेजेंड्स हैं वही तो आते हैं क्या
Grab net into gravity well into paint shells.
ठीक है डाउनलोड कर लूँ राइट पे जाके League of Legends.
राइट पे जाओ
Let's have that annihilation on
राइट
the
क्लाइंट
back.
पे.
जहाँ वेलोरेंट हाँ राइट क्लाइंट पे वेलोरेंट के आसपास हुआ है
हाँ.
Waiting to try to spring this trap.
ऊपर नीचे देख लो
Does anybody feel
Language
comfortable
कौन सी Chinese?
into it? They're just going to go ahead and bring onto the corner. The paint shell now going to be lobbed in.
पागल है क्या
Be
तू
able to find one, the net being removed.
डिफॉल्ट ही कर लो ना बिल्कुल.
As Kelly S also gets taken down. Patrick Koo
है
able to avoid getting stunned.
अच्छा.
Flashback from
लगा दिया.
Adam.
अच्छा. डाउनलोड.
Lightning fingers in play. Crystal
बाकी जो अच्छा ना चले फिर तुम्हारा
close. But that
चला
jump
चला.
फोटो
position needs to
हैंकर जो
damage.
चिपका दे यूं में
Down to 47. Now going to be out at range.
सही तो चल रहा बिल्कुल सुपर.
Jonathan, last one alive. No weapons recoverable here for him.
I don't think you
Find
use
any
the
real
bit.
value here.
Yeah,
Oh no, you don't use the pit.
please don't.
Okay, does manage to find one. Has to reload it.
Yeah.
Right on the jiggle. He's dead.
रीलोड कर लो पहले तो.
5. Thrifty not coming to fruition.
चल अब बात ये है.
Sports still in with an opportunity to go back into a buy round. Get back into the driver's seat here. And establish a dominant half.
Yeah, I like the ideas early. They're able to clear that annihilation. Great use of the Tejo util to clear the back of pillar to get that judge out of there.
नियॉन में दिया यार उसमें तो
I was
छोटा
kind of
है
wondering, I quickly
पकड़
scanned
गए
towards the util once that judge was identified, how DRX was going to be able to handle it. By the time I saw, the salvos were already out from freeing. So little things like that, protocols that DRX has, so good. Kelly S, trying to get ahead of that smoke. A little bit of damage towards Patrick Hu. Again, DRX so happy to
Oh,
pass for this. Oh my god.
All right. Just
और
brutality.
भयंकर चल चल
कस्ती पड़ता बेचारे
Clearly, I mean, I think what they've been doing is Mocker's just been teaching everybody how to get kills through smokes.
Yeah, that's true.
Speaking of Mako, Ted over here, continuously noted in the same main position.
Should know it's B though. With that Prowler not finding anyone, even sends out a second. But DRX
Gonna make him think.
ahead of the
at least.
game. Yeah. Got to be careful with the footstep noise.
Yum.
Had Crystal
Yeah.
stayed there, he might have gotten wise to it, but he backed off. So
What?
Stay tucked away.
wow, timings.
Crystal. Saying it would be the major hurdle that they have to leave. The Nightfall is going to go across. It's going to connect with the near all of them. Veal out. Pushes him away from the window. Forces him back deeper in the head. There's the spike now. Just trying to assess, it seems, where they really want to plant this. Instead, it's going to be the back corner. Freeing off the back of this. Does have that Armageddon now online.
There it is.
Sends it towards screens. That's going to filter everyone in towards heaven now, and they're going to be filling screens in the back. Zeal's not able to find the first, however. Estrella fighting back, fighting two.
एस्ट्रेला खा जाए जो
All but freeing does not matter. Does not care about that. Finds a 5-2 kills, and we are tied up at 5-5.
Just again,
चमीट दिया इनको दोनों
ये कहाँ है
5-5.
just again, brilliant back row stuff from DRX where they're able to get the read. You know, Mako dies, a couple Prowlers go out, and Mako is like aware that, you know what, maybe this is actually the weaker side potentially. They've been getting a little bit of contact over in the other parts of the map. They probably think this is B off of just the solo kill onto Mako. Let's rotate back over to A, and it is 100% the right call. It's things
सुपर
that
5-0
really
5-5 हो
showing
गए
how much progress Mako has made.
ऐसा ही होता
How just
5-0 चल रहा
smart
5-5
the full
हो गए
squad is. The coaching staff so well prepared for their opponents. GE, what looked like it was going to be maybe another fast map, send it over to map 3, is now all of a sudden 5 in a row for DRX, and it's tied up. Oh boy.
Yeah, the last ditch.
दिखा तो ऐसा हो जैसे सब समझ में आ रहा होगा हमारा
Before closing out the half, Global, I mean, if they pick up the next two rounds, 7-5.
Cameraman.
Too bad about that. Just give it.
Yenmin
Set up
खत्म
on the
ना
side of DRX. They should be finding value when it comes down to the attack. You were able to deal with it so well. Those first 5 rounds.
अरे फेयर है जी काय के यानी नहीं सस्ती
DRX पिछली बार जीती थी शायद
But it's going to be another thrifty
हाँ
attempt.
T1 सारी थी
Try to see if they
नहीं
can
हारी
close
थी
the 6.
Hunman's got an outlaw again. Full armor for Patrick Hu.
पैट्रिक
He'll also
2
be within one tap.
नाम
range.
कितना हो रही है
He's gonna go
पैट्रिक
for
2
another judge right at the front of B door.
That's a glass cannon, judge of that.
मार यार सोटा भाई
Boombot will
What?
go ahead and let him know. Actually, no, Poppy does clear it out with the sheriff.
This smoke has to be sending alarm bells in your head.
Yeah.
It's way deep.
ऐसे काम है आराध्य भाई
Back around the corner. Could just paint shell if they really have a strong idea of it. Looks like they don't. As goodbye. Goodbye. That's the spike. Crystal not in control, and Mako, once again, noted. GE, a very solid read on this round. Only one shell left here for Crystal. Here's the weapon getting picked up. Spike as well. He's going to be sending out the C's nade. Looking for the grab, freeing. Tiny bit of damage there. Relay to try to clear the corner to the side, and flashback able to find one. Crystal going to be down.
Wow.
Salvo into the corner as well. Freeing. Flushes out Patrick Koo. 2v3, Poppy around the corner. The Sheriff can't looking for the headshot, cannot find it. Freeing.
Patrick Koo बोलते स्वयं
Stinger in that range, still able to find the damage. The kill on the flashback. Gives them a winning chance, and there you go. Kelly S. recovered Phantom, pushing forward.
बट रही थी अपनी कैरी भाई की
Global will be able to pull it off. Down a weapon.
कैरी भाई को और नहीं
Still
मालूम
winning out the round, get themselves up to 6.5.
Yeah, just not really being able to sense that trap where DRX kind of aware that maybe somebody could be in B main.
In the half.
but not quite aware of the weaponry that was going to be right around that corner. I mean, a lot of times the judge is going to be up in, you know, mail or up in vents, things like that. This time, it is right next to them. Good reaction, though, here to use the relay bolt into the Teo util. At least give themselves some kind of chance. But the whole time this battle's going on outside of Garage, Kelly S is just walking through spawn after they kill Mako. He's just taking his time going on the walk. And he will find a ton of value because of that. Couple away from freeing Zalt, still sitting on that Viper ult for Mako, but he's been on solo duty over at A. And this time, off the rip, GE sent an extra player over, thinking that maybe... Instead, it's just the freeing flashback duo clearing through in towards mid. There's a sonic sensor that Kelly S is going to try to play off of from heaven. Gunman's got the op. They're trying to bait for him a little bit there. But smoke goes up.
Does
eat tiny bit of damage there.
Just a bit. See, now Derek's very wary of any of these trap plays, and GE might be thinking about another one. Same thing.
Gunman staves him off here for the first. Paint shells. Who's it? I don't think he has any clue. He does not know. You can knife.
No surprises.
He's gonna wait.
Well, he's trying to see if there's anybody else pushing in this angle. There's not. He's all alone. Patrick Hu now dead in heaven.
30 seconds.
Kelly S, though, continuing to play this quietly. Slowly sneaking in from behind. Now opens up here with the shots. Swings back in, looks for a little bit more, but
ये कहीं मार पाओ पीछे से
that could have been everything. Quick peek in from Crystal does go ahead and interrupt the spike plant, but
वो चला दो
they still have enough time.
ये क्रॉसफायर प्लेसमेंट कर रहा था ना
1v3. The pit could be thrown in. Mako's not in position for
क्या
it.
हुआ फिर प्रोसेस
But it's the last
प्रोसेस
round of the
प्लेस
half.
Might as well.
I think he's just like, yeah, we're fine with
और
that.
वो
देखा तो देख
Seems to be the thought process.
Udo
here.
10 भाई
Now spot.
इतना पीछे इसके लिए किया यार उसने बेचारे गरीब ने घबरा गया यार वो आदित्य भाई घबरा गया वो तो उसको लगा 2-3 मार देगा वो बाकी तो नहीं पाया
हाथी लो बेटा ताऊ
Yeah. Again, a lot of trickery.
बाकी भयंकर है यार ये ड्रैगन वाली ऑपरेटर तो क्या
The half
स्वाद ही
orc
है
got more
हाँ
damage for
अच्छी है
GE.
शांता
A few of it worked. Some
अरे
of
मेरे
it
को तो वो प्रीलूड चुके उससे अच्छी नहीं लगती कोई
post-plan protocols as always for DRX.
वेस्ट ऑपरेटर है भाई वो
About this defender side
कितना
now.
डाउनलोड हो गया मेरा ये
46
46 हो गया
You
46
know, how aggressive are you going to be able to get?
46 TFT खेलेंगे आज TFT
You know, kind of gamble that you're taking on this map, running a neon on it, right? Like if you
लाइव
you can put
TFT
some pressure on your opponents, if you can find some good relay bullets, find some good combos, you can take a lot of space early, find those first bloods, but it can be tricky. So a lot of teams try and fail to run the neon on split. But I suppose if there's any team that can do it, it's
कौन सी
DRX.
पी TFT खेलेंगे आज
Global Esports.
TFT
Ish comp, other than, you know, kind of
हो रहा है सुपर डाउनलोड
block. Was that enough value on that defender side? Kind of one of those big questions you always have when you run,
Well,
you know.
वो है ना यार लीग अपना
on that ascent now.
Team fight tactician.
They have that critical piece of utility.
लीग ऑफ लेजेंड खेला लीग ऑफ लेजेंड वैसा ही है
Could use
मतलब उससे थोड़ा
So we'll see if they're going to be
बढ़िया ऐप भी खेलूंगा देखना मजा आ
able to
रहा है
positions very comfortably and quickly.
बहुत दिमाग वाला है
Fuck, Util absolutely can make things a living nightmare for the side of the RX.
And even if you can get mid control on this map, it's really annoying as the defenders because you can either cut off mail or vent for the rotation. So there's a little bit more that the Deadlock Wall can actually do on this map on the attacker side before you get to post plants, in theory. Just a matter of
Find you.
how far can GE get against some of this aggression that you would expect DRX to be throwing. Ooh, that's a lot of damage to free.
And it is. Quickly panicked. Sends out that suppressed drone and flashback out from heaven, able to find one. Util to Patrick Hu, however.
दिमाग वाला है तो आप कैसे खेलोगे
Themselves in
बात तो सही है यार
Patrick Hu tagged up down to 50 HP. It's Mako. He does it again.
बल्लम गेम है एकदम बल्लम गेम मजा आ जाएगा खेल
Spike
के
now being ushered all the way into the back corner here.
You can see him.
Henman, yep, not catching a glimpse of either, it would seem here. Both players not noticing as Mako will be taken down. Now the approach coming through, Henman narrowly able to
ठग दिया पापी ने
Stray
ये कहाँ पे?
line share of this round going to be on his back. For his team, Crystal tucked away, completely quiet. Strikes, finding one,
ये
and finding
क्रिस्टल भाई मार रहा है बिल्कुल क्रिस्टल
Global tie things up 2-2 in pistols.
क्रिस्टल वाव मार रहा है बिल्कुल एकदम क्लीन
Yeah, this is just a good coordinated effort. Who was it that dropped down there? It was Flashback to try to back up
ये
Freeing.
ये
Don't know if I agree with that play there. Got a little ambitious. Felt like maybe they were going to be able to shut that attack down, but Patrick Hu got pretty deep pretty quick.
माँ को तो ऐसा लग रहा है कि
Set
मधुमक्खी ने
things pretty
काटा
off balance in terms of what angles you were going to be able to deal with. And GE was
मधुमक्खी तीन चार चढ़ गई थी मुंह पे उसके
very well thought out. DRX fought back a bit. Mako, as always, good for kills through smokes. But wasn't enough this time. No buy up at all to speak of.
Patrick Hu?
But it's got to be in the back of your mind as GE.
ये तो गया पीक लेगा और
Bye bye, Mako.
बाय बाय माँ
Quick elimination found there. Patrick Hu.
ये
Oh, getting a
और वो उसमें भी पड़ गई
Down to 13 off the back of that. Slide in from Flashback is going to be good for a kill, as Freeing similarly does find Yudotan.
13 HP
But now it is just a straight up. Very low on HP, with not much more to be done.
ये
Delay there from Poppy, able to go ahead and get the
पापी भाई को अपने लो HP वालों को मार रहे हैं सुपर
Not much loss in the way of economics. So Global close out a relatively clean anti-eco, now go into their bonus.
Yeah. And it's looking pretty decent. Some Bulldogs, a Guardian, and a Phantom, I think. Good value out of the Marshal there. Couple quick kills for DRX. They spring into action off of contact. Try to do what they can with the classics.
Boys, let's go, boys. Just fuck with me this map, bro.
Let's win the map.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, for what it's worth, Kelly S does a great job just always staying positive, being vocal. You can hear him up here in the caster booth. Who's Freeing?
Not eating any damage this time around. Straight up. Boosted up over the top here. As, oh, there's the triple. Dissipate peak. And it's going to be a 1-for-1. Blast pack across. Patrick Hu, though, eating an immense amount of damage on entry. Means that it's a very easy cleanup for Hyunmin.
Oh, I love this. Freeing, aware that they had given up this space, using the drone to clear it. He's going to get the spot on the Crystal, too. That's so heads up.
Just a drift back here from Flashback. Not over challenging for the fight. Freeing eyes in towards that A heaven position in case they come up through the vents. Flashback gets positioned here on the rafter, just on that corner. Drops down, makes some noise though. Not the silent drop. Intentional or not, hard to say. For now, Global Esports are very much pinned in place.
They're really trying to get some kind of read, waiting for this haunt to come back up before they make any moves. They're trying to just throw some util to sell a fake.
They just took the time to go ahead, double clear into garage, get the orb. Now Yudotan head spotted. Taken off. Let's grab not. Grab net. But down, the round will come to a conclusion. Bonus conversion not on the cards here as DRX bringing things back, being damn close. One round separating as Freeing will find the final kill.
Just really aggressive towards mid this time.
really aggressive
So good about understanding when and where players could be. That one from Australia, you can't really blame him on. You're just anticipating, one of their players, whether it be one of the Sentinels or Poppy, is going to maybe try to challenge that angle. So you're trying to use that as kind of a catch that solo lurking player off guard. Instead, there's three there. He at least is trading one out. That's not bad in that situation. But really, for me, Freeing there with that
स्प्लिट पे तो भाई फैंटम ही चलाना चाहिए सही बोलूं
is what really allowed DRX to settle.
स्प्लिट पे तो फैंटम ही मेन है छोटा
जो
में
साइड पे खेल रहा है ना खासकर उसको तो फैंटम ही चलानी चाहिए मिड विड पे खेले तो फिर अलग बात
Flashback.
एकदम छोटा सा मैप है ना
Backed off by
फटाक से 156 का मारो और खत्म
पेटर हो गई तो देख
Fine for the moment.
देखो भाई
ये हाल तो बड़बड़ा रहा है कि लुट तो गया
कुछ नहीं होगा
Here for free.
पेट्रिक भाई ने चड्डी में दस्ती कर दी
inch forward at B main. Nobody's really watching that for Global Esports. There's just a smoke there to keep him at bay.
और सुपर
छुट्टी में दोस्त कहाँ है, तो फिर बाहर ही निकल आता है।
In the mid. Waits it out. Poison Orb drop, flashback, sending the relay bolts. Trying to hold back this line.
पीछे वाले को निपटा दिया।
Check for Gunman, who swings in, almost has him lined up, but only going to be good for one. Looking for the transfer there is flashback. He cannot. It's going to be Poppy coming away with two. Looks for a little bit more, but freeing in from behind, able to go ahead and find the punish, and now Yuratan needs to fight his way back across through the fence.
Double stack this. Really smart from DRX.
Smoke.
लगाओ कैम
I
लगाओ।
mean, he has a cam, he can throw it out maybe, but he's going to get much of a glimpse here.
Still a paranoia too.
So stray shots to connect. And as he goes for the swing, Estrella is there. The
Estrella.
offense. We are tied up at 8-8. Global going to be knocked back economically. So another attempt here. He pulled off the previous one. This will be a critical one to win.
I mean, the timing there, not bad from flashback. Almost transferred over for the second. Freeing quick to react through the vents. Get over. Find that extra kill. Poppy's still busy watching B heaven.
स्ट्रे बना दिया
Yeah,
उसने तो।
Outlaw for flashback. Also has the ult to back it up.
पड़ी।
Overdrive is there.
बूम बूम।
Do a gap in the smoke.
Second shot going to go a little bit wide. Still,
बूम
Crystal
बूम बूम।
taken down. There's Gibson swinging from main. A little bit of damage down on Mako, but Mako wins those. Free kick from flashback. Quick little reload. Ping out. Kelly has through the smoke. Is able to go ahead and put the outlaw on the floor.
और ये पिक्चर है। बेकार गाने आ रहा है ये स्टिंजर।
A
वो
bit
पसंद।
more damage. to the
स्टिंगर का काम खतरनाक नहीं है।
I mean, it's one of those weird
भागते भागते
situations.
चलाओ
where
बिल्कुल।
LAS, get the gun upgrade, get another kill. You could send an annihilation, and all of a sudden it's a 2v2. Still a chance for Global Esports for sure. Free gun. Makes a bit of noise though. Looks like it was intentional to seem like they were trying to go towards A.
तो पता है ना केनी कौन है?
कौन है?
Follow up, scooped up for Poppy.
केनी एस। वो ऑपरेटर चलाता है जो
Still has the paint shells.
CS:GO में।
केली।
Waiting it out
30
quietly
seconds
here.
left.
केनी केनी।
I mean, DRX, they have to know that this
नहीं
weapon.
जाना है। सीएस भी देखते नहीं।
But, there's the spot out. Paint shells.
अरे हाईलाइट में तो आऊँ तुम।
Everything being chucked up here in towards heaven. As the clock is 15 seconds.
वो 1 सेकंड वाला।
अरे हम बता रहे हैं।
1 MS में मारे थे।
Get that money. It's free, gonna be pushed off the angle. They're
ये
out.
देखना इसको सर। ऑफ चलाते हुए
Okay.
डिस्कॉर्ड पे
Eventually,
देखो।
stability found.
ऑफ तो सिर्फ एक ही जन चलाता है, वो है रेवॉक्स।
DRX goes at the round.
हाँ देख लेना ना ये इसके बाद बात करना है सिर्फ।
So
वो देख रहा।
impressed with the way that DRX
फिर
is
केली एस जो है ना उसने उस पे इतना रख लिया।
and the way that they know when not to fight. Like so many teams you'll see when they're in an advantage in a 4v2 and the players will get overconfident.
इनका टाइम पास चल रहा है
In
भगवान
this
का।
situation, you know, the players from DRX
Gentleman भाई तो
and
इस पे मार रहे
company,
हैं।
they're backing up while they're allowing the players from A to rotate over so they can really all collapse together onto those last two players of Global Esports. Don't give them any chances. Doesn't matter if you're up
Playing
against
League of
Nico.
Legends.
Play it correctly every time. And that's something that DRX does so well. And it makes it very difficult
वो एक कुमुंड।
to get those, you know, 2vx's or 1vx wins against them. It does happen, of course, but the way they play it is so textbook.
88% हो गया यार डाउनलोड मेरा।
Coaching staff, Darion in there today as well with Elevated, trying to help
88%।
new coach out, new head coach out.
पकड़ गया ना।
ये क्या लिखा हुआ है? DRX 2-1 से जीत जाएगा।
First time in 2 years, after 2 years, to see DRX and GE.
We talked about how important this one could be here for GE.
Yeah.
You know, a win, you're in a great spot
और सुपर।
into the playoffs.
क्या क्या बनाया है?
No, I don't think they wouldn't lose, but
वाह भाई।
it would be
Close.
a very good spot, yeah. And it would basically come down to them and Paper X.
Yep.
So
जनमिन भाई ने निकाल ली ऑपरेटर।
a loss here would make that series versus Paper X an absolute must-win.
You got a ton of firepower for DRX in this round.
ए
As a showstopper.
ए
Crystal's been really good in these situations. We've seen this a couple times where he's able to outduel these operator players.
There's going to be a lot more pushing in towards him. Sends at the blast pack.
आराम को ना ऑपरेटर चला ही नहीं रहा।
Keep the op hidden here for the moment. The shots ringing out. Sees connecting. Wow.
Okay, yes.
Not ready for that timing, and now it's going to be Armageddon coming their way. Just shoves them back. He's not looking for kills. He's just looking to create some space.
Why, why?
He's created. Freeing immediately just tucks back to the opposite side. They'll abandon the spike. They'll maybe allow it to be recovered. There's op shot ringing out. Not going to be finding much there. Spike now in hand. Crystal picks it up.
काफी वाइड कर देखो अकेले बिल्कुल।
Moves forward towards heaven. Bring back out over onto the Raptor. 30 seconds remaining.
Seconds left.
They're going to try to go for a pivot here. That spike right now being just sprinted through the sewer across the map. B site opened up. Estrella, however, nearby. Cosmic Divide going to be set.
Oh, super.
What is that? Swings out. Hyunmin going to be absolutely dunked on. Showstopper now in play.
ये दिया उसने जाते जल्दी बता।
Getting the catch on it. Crystal just slowing them up, and I mean it's already over.
पर ये इतनी देर लगा के जाएंगे कहाँ मेरे को तो ये समझ नहीं
Away
आया।
from them in Estrella. The taps are clean at the end. But they were dead before he pulled the trigger.
Yeah,
काफी भाई कहाँ गए थे?
that's a toughie there for Global Esports. Just a great back and forth with Hyunmin and Freeing here. And even with that Seize, God, that's so good. And that immediately sets up the ult. I thought he might use the salvos because I think they were just coming back into cycle to try to catch him as they went back towards the sewers, but instead he used it just to hold his ground, essentially, allow him to rotate back up to heaven, allow Flashback to get over, allow them to swarm that site. To find the box. Got a spot, got out of dodge. Seemed to sense that C's coming.
Trying to scale forward. I mean, Patrick, who was just sent in, I think, unassisted into mid, ends up getting absolutely massacred. Just trying to change up the pace, catch someone off guard.
This is
DRX
और ये तो हेलीकॉप्टर से उड़ा रहा है।
incredibly
Yeah.
well poised
Yep.
to get to 11.
there's toying with him there. Using that Tejo util to flush him right into the shotgun. He's gonna go at him.
Why not?
ये
Runs him down. Flawless. DRX 2 away from locking in a 2-0 victory.
Yeah, it's just phenomenal team play from DRX. A lot of backing each other up, a lot of setting up selflessly your teammates, making sure you're always making the high percentage plays. What else can you say? They're, as usual, very fearsome and Pacific. Thought, okay, what are we doing? Good gun. Okay. I think he still has the judge on the ground behind him.
और
So he's going to show the op.
I think it's worth taking the moment to again also say like what a glow up from Flashback.
Yeah.
Remember the first time that he came out and he was playing duels and we are like, what in the hell is this?
Yeah.
That first half of the season.
Oh, God. Yeah. Last year.
And then no, this year.
Oh, this year.
Yeah.
Was it his first time on Duelist this year?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
And we were just like, what is this? And then the second half roll around, he started looking better. And then every other series after that, it's just been incredible.
Well, there was no doubt about his mechanics in my mind. He's always been very talented in that regard. Now he's got the decision-making behind it. And this is pretty interesting from DRX. They're giving up a lot of space here. They don't have a ton of info. They were playing for something aggressive. I think expecting something like this with the Nightfall.
Nightfall going to be sent. Mako does get taken down. Freeing, able to find one, though, as Kelly S going to be dropped as the spike also lands on the floor. Showstopper out from Hyunmin, not finding much of anything, but Patrick Coop maintaining control there of Elbow. As Freeing will fall. It looks like there's still yet a bit more fight available here for the side of Global, but Flashback finds the headshot. Poppy going to be taken down the overdrive in play. Drops down off the top. Still has a relay bolt available, but it's going to be a big round for Patrick Coop. To get Global with another one under their belt. 9 locked in, 2 more to go to tie it up.
This is a weird one from DRX for me. It seems like kind of an on-the-fly decision by Flashback. Picks up the op, has the judge, so he says, I can just hold down the B corner, and then they double stack mid. This is kind of the one part of the map that they left open, and GE's able to figure it out to deduce maybe just a little bit of lack of info or something like that. Nobody's playing aggressively towards A main. We've seen that a lot from DRX, and that might have been enough for GE to get the read that this was going to be the weak side, and they were able to punish it. Kind of some scuffy moments there as well for DRX players. Freeing, standing right in front of this door, just waiting to use the concuss, trying to set up Mako. Haunt gets cleared.
4 players from DRX on this side of the map.
Over there.
एक को तो चिपका देगा और शूट करके
This is going to be picked off. Kelly S trying to swing in, but Mako out from window, finding him. I mean, Patrick Hu, for a moment, I think he accidentally threw the weapon on the ground. Swapped him out. Does manage to grab the spike as Poppy finding one. Opens up that B site, but
How do you get there?
not a clear pathway. Flashback. Reading this incredibly well. Poppy, does he swing back through right now in that astral form? Oh, the timing. The repeak. Flashback still suspicious and wins it out.
30 seconds left.
Unbelievable.
And they're going to figure this out real fast because Mako sees it.
He hears them now. They're in range. And once again, the clock is just not on their side. No corpses. Try to utilize the peak flashback, able to find a third.
Yeah.
There to go ahead and finish the job. 12-9, DRX look to bring this series to a conclusion.
A lot more quick to react this round, our DRX. Some very good changes round around here in their mentality. Immediately, Flashback is on his horse to get over there with that operator to back up that A side hold. Does a tremendous job with it. Even
ये कर रहा भाई
onto Poppy there. Huge moment, huge performance on this Dion. Kind of questioning on Split. Well, questions answered in my mind.
Kill.
Quick readjust from Flashback, finds a shot. Fastlane going to be set up, but he just plants his feet. They're trying to pre-fire his exit angle. And he just stays still for so long. He's able to avoid the
DRX versus G global score.
Boombot just gets a bit there, a splash, a lick there onto Patrick Hu. But this right now feels like Global very much is trying to get, okay, I was going to say square peg into a round hole, but Patrick Hu able to find one, so off now going to be on the floor, the Nero Theft. Hoping to lead the path.
Yeah.
Kill not going to be found. Haunt gets a reveal on the 2. Hyunmin's still going to be low and does get finished off. Mako is here on the site looking for a little bit more, but cannot make it happen.
उठाओ spike.
With the Stinger, upgrades to the Vandal.
Spike उठाओ spike.
Spike still not planted. Looking to try to fight their way forward. Freeing, able to find one.
Super.
Does end up getting dropped. Global Esports not going down without a fight. Need 2 more rounds to take this into overtime.
As good as Flashback had been, that whiff up at B Heaven cost him. That's a great angle to take. He just doesn't hit the shot. He had that fight isolated. Patrick Hu just wins it. He gets that. I think it's a very different clear the site. Maybe DRX is able to hold the line a bit better. Poppy's gonna have his own.
Just take me, boys.
All right.
Time
First
out.
time out of the map for DRX. Even when, you know, that 0-5 streak was coming through from Global Esports.
खाना खाकर ही आया मैं वरना फिर जाता आता ये टूर्नामेंट में चिर भी
Make sure that they don't take this to any kind of overtime.
टूर्नामेंट चल रहा है
For
टूर्नामेंट
sure. See though, it's another opportunity for Elevated to get in with the rest of the players here.
I'll be really curious what the change-up might be. Maybe put a little bit more attention towards the extremities of the map. Seems to be at times a little bit of a pressure point, but we heard just a brief kind of idea from Global Esports and their comms that maybe mid, although with Elevated coming through, might be different ideas for them as well. It seems like that's been a big pressure point for Global Esports to try to push against DRX. You have some ults. Poppy has the Cosmic Divide. You have the Armageddon for free. Still have rifles for DRX. It's going to be a little bit awkward if they can't get it done in this round for the next one. Try to close the map out.
Oh.
Nope, still didn't set that up.
Well, I think they thought that they were going to be able to have the catch, that he wouldn't be able to get out.
When he's like right in the corner, and he can just go to.
Yeah, but he's able to basically get rid of that Armageddon that could be pivotal in getting, you know, a retake of a side going. Cosmic Divide in play. Kelly has simplified one. Mako going to be taken down. Estrella needing to try to hold the line here on the side. Hyunmin does come to his rescue, but gets tagged up down to 8 HP. Estrella, he's just killed 3. It's a massacre at his hands and freeing up the
चार
top.
हो गया जीटी
He will just put him down 13 to 10.
हटाओ इसको ये क्या बजते ही रहता है क्या भाई
का
रेजोल्यूशन विंडो साइज इतना ही है क्या लास्ट 1600
और हम नहीं देख रहे
टीम फाइट टैक्टिशियन
आओ
हाँ तो क्या ये फुल स्क्रीन नहीं होता क्या
होता है ना वो चालू होएगा तब वो
ऐसा कुछ है क्या लाओ कहाँ से और इसमें तो अजीब सा है भाई लाओ आन तो दो कहाँ से बुलाएं कहाँ से आए
हमने बोला
लाओ रिक्वेस्ट भेजो
भेजी तो सही
तो एक्सेप्ट एक्सेप्ट कहाँ से करें आ गया काम
अरे राइट साइड में वो दिखा रहे होंगे ना फ्रेंड्स
हाँ राइट साइड में फ्रेंड्स दिखा रहे हैं
हम नहीं दिखा रहे
ए?
हम नहीं दिख रहे
नहीं तुम देखते रहे तो क्या रिक्वेस्ट कहाँ से भेजे
इनवाइट टू गेम करा तो है तुमको
इनवाइट टू गेम करना ऑप्शंस
राइट क्लिक करो ना उसको
राइट क्लिक पे सेंड मैसेज इनवाइट टू गेम एक्सपेक्टेड गेम बाकी
इनवाइट टू गेम करा
हाँ वहाँ पे बुलाओ
अरे बुलाया रे कितनी बार तो बुला दिया
बुलाओ भाई तुम बुलाओ तुम
लाओ हमारी स्क्रीन को
नाइस वॉच पार्टी अब तो खत्म हो गई वॉच पार्टी तो इसका डालना पड़ेगा टाइटल तुम बताया वही होगा
हाँ आ रहे हैं लीग ऑफ लीजेंड्स
ये डाउनलोड हो रहा है क्या भाई डाउनलोड हो रहा है क्या ये कोने पे 9% दिखा रहा है डाउनलोडिंग गेम
क्या दिखा रहा है
डाउनलोडिंग गेम
कहाँ दिखा रहा है
कोने पे लेफ्ट साइड पे मेरे दिख रहा है ये
हाँ तो डाउनलोड हो रहा होगा और क्या हाँ तो डाउनलोड हो रहा है फिर वो
क्या लगता है बाकी
तो
इसमें
लंबा टाइम लगेगा उसको
टाइम दिखा रहा है इसमें बहुत लगा
हाँ चलो वेलोरेंट ही खेलते हैं फिर और क्या इसको कर लेना रात बढ़ाऊंगा
बाकी वेलोरेंट में तो मैं डायमंड
अरे तुम तो रिलीज कर दो यार गेम में। नाइट मार्केट खोल लो ना।
नाइट मार्केट का आ गया क्या?
अरे इसका रही
इसका भी रहता है क्या नाइट मार्केट? इसका
सीएफटी।
छोड़ो छाड़ा इसका नाइट मार्केट। कौन सा वही खरीदना वाला है? वाह यार फोटो भी नहीं है इसमें तो सुपर सुपर। जब तक मोबाइल से आ जाता हूँ
हाँ,
स्ट्रीम बंद कर दे।
चला लो वो खेल लो ना वेलोरेंट जब तक।
और ये डाउनलोड होने दो पीछे ऐसा
नहीं तो ऑफिस
है।
क्या बोल रहे
ये डाउनलोड होने दो और पीछे वैलोरेंट खेलो ऐसा।
हैं? इसको क्या चलेगा थोड़ी फिर वेलोरेंट सही से।
ऐसा कुछ। ये है टीएफटी जो तेरे को बताया था मैंने। टीम फाइल जो तेरे को बोल रहा था मैं डाउनलोड कर ले अपन साथ में खेलेंगे सब जने। वो दिमाग वाला गेम वो है ये।
दिमाग वाला गेम।
फिर पोर के लग जाएंगे तब जाके एक गेम जीत पाएंगे। हाँ भाई लिटिल प्रोग्रामर भाई तुम लेट हो गए ऐसा।
इतनी स्पष्ट भाषा में तुम नाम प्रोनाउंस कर रहे हो।
जब तक एक दो वेलोरेंट में हाथ चला लो।
लगता है मेरे को भी चलाना ही पड़ेगा ना।
लगता है मेरे को 1000 MBPS वाला लगवाना पड़ेगा। अनिक तू आज आया साले लेट इतना कैसा। लड़ लो यार तुम दो ही कोई दिक्कत थोड़ी है। सूट साथ दो मैं तो बोल रहा हूँ एक दूसरे को।
मारो एक दूसरे को।
कोई दिक्कत वाली बात थोड़ी है।
थोड़ा देके गायब हो गया है तो लिटिल प्रोग्राम
बाकी कौन सा टीएफटी पे दिखा रहा
है।
है टीएफटी पे दिख।
कौन हम तो टीएफटी में था। वेलोरेंट में आ रहा है रुक जाओ।
Match found.
लिख लिया।
मेरे को पूछते
अरे यार पोकेमोन का गेम खेलते भाई बढ़िया मस्त शानदार।
कौन से पोकेमोन?
कोई
और सुपर पैकेट लॉस आ रहा है ये तो।
हाँ तो आएगा ही वो तो।
बिल्कुल कंटिन्यू बढ़ते जा रहा हूँ। कल स्ट्रीम कहाँ हुई? कल नहीं हुई थी स्ट्रीम?
They brought weapons made of metal to kill me.
Fight!
Ironic. Right then, let's go kill them. Just die!
Legend X बहुत दिया।
Three down. That's three. Redundant. Perfect. That's three. -4.
-4
Dominating. You die.
वाह मैंने डोमिनेट कर दिया। 8 मार दिए मैंने तो सुपर।
Shame.
हाँ?
Go away.
लिटिल प्रोग्रामर भाई अपने कैप्स में बात करते हैं। छोटा है ना वो इसलिए कैप्स में बात करते हैं।
Ha! Dominating. Has been. Obsolete. Irrelevant.
Irrelevant.
10 kills remaining.
Badam, 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 badam.
Five kills
Just
remaining.
die.
Có ha. Pada जा रहे. पड़ी नहीं रही. Correct दिया.
One kill remaining.
Correct दिया. Super. Correct. Branded वाली तो भयंकर ही मारते हैं.
Victory might have been inevitable, but damn, it feels good.
Victory is negative. Victory is negative. इसको पॉज नहीं कर सकते क्या भाई?
कर सकते हैं, पूरा डाउनलोड हो जाना. अरे क्या कट्टे लेके आया हूँ भाई. और एक मिनट हो गया.
बाहर सुंदर भाई डायमंड तुम खोल लो.
Match found. Death match. Warm up.
Trust me, they'll know what hit them.
Fight.
Okay, no sure.
Wow, 12 साल है, 12 तक बच्चे को नहीं पता। What?
Så gott.
अरे दीवार में मुबारक क्यों? अरे ये क्या पिक्चर है?
Hej då.
वाह, कॉलर पकड़ा के बैठे इसमें तुम लोग।
Too late.
क्या लपा से कर रहे हो तुम लोग चैट में? बच्चा ना बूढ़ा।
Pitiful. Free out.
Kami.
Silva's dead.
Ten kills remaining.
और
भयंकर पैकेट लॉस है।
Free
अरे भाई ये क्या है, मेरे को तो ये समझा कि ये दीवार में भर के क्यों खुल रहा है?
कौन?
अरे स्पॉन हो रहे हैं तो दीवार में क्यों घुसा हुआ है मुंह इसका? हैं? अरे हैं क्या कर रहा पागल है?
मेरे को क्या पता भाई, मैं तो खुद पैकेट लॉस का खेल रहा था।
5 kills remaining.
No Monday.
No Monday.
One kill remaining. Dominating.
चलो छोड़ो छाड़ो, निकल के मैं चलता हूँ।
अरे ये रुकता नहीं है क्या भाई डाउनलोड? ये होते जाएगा।
आपको
सुपर होते ही जा रहा है डाउनलोड ये तो।
Match found.
मैच फेयर। बढ़िया जूते देके आता मैं तो सुपर हूँ।
Death match. Warm up.
My smokes can block the enemy's line of sight. Once they're blind, we move.
Fight.
Watch and learn. Enemy down. At ease, soldier.
Very soldier. चिप्पी ने मार दिया मेरे को सुपर। वाह सोवर डाउन।
Down you go. At ease, soldier. Now we're cooking.
कितना बच्चे मारो?
अबे तो 40 समथिंग हो गया यार भाई मेरा। 50 हो गया मेरा 40।
That's 3.
चिप्पी भाई बच गए यार। लगता है डेढ़ लोग भाई जा ही थे चल रहे। अरे ये तो सांड है रे, ये तो 27 साल का है। कोई 23 का नहीं है, 27 साल का है।
Eddie soldier. Who trained you?
ये अनिक खंडेलवाल 27 साल का है।
See ya. Gotcha.
Ten kills remaining.
Out of here.
वाह जलेबी ने ढूंढ के मार दिया मेरे को। ये तो गेम करके बैठा छूट गया।
Goner. That's 3.
Five kills remaining.
Down and out.
रन 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 कर रहा है उनको। वाह ये तो वही है पक्का ह्यूमर को।
One kill remaining.
ये हुए को है हुए को। हुए को खेल रहा है। हुए को नहीं। हुए को जब लगता है मार रहा है।
Hey, not half bad.
अरे कितना बचा है आप? इसे नहीं हो पाया अभी। 48 चलो हो जा।
मैं बना रहा हूँ यार भाई थोड़ा वेनगार्ड बना लेता हूँ। क्या बोलते
वेनगार्ड
हो?
तो टट्टी है। वो यार
तो बनाऊंगा।
गेम स्पेक्टेट भी कर सकते हैं सुपर।
किसका?
इसमें स्पेक्टेट का भी आ रहा
डिस्कॉर्ड पे?
है। डिस्कॉर्ड पे कर रहे हैं। Turn on voice shit. एक कॉम्पी चालू कर, कॉम्पी चालू कर दूंगा भाई उसमें।
चड्डी फट जाए।
है?
डाउनलोड करत करत
हाँ।
पागल होगा तुम।
क्या है? यार यार
पागल कर लो ये।
स्विफ्ट पे एस्केलेशन खेलता हूँ। लाओ बताओ। 25
कमेंटेड तो नहीं है, पर कर लो अगर तुम्हारी इच्छा हो रही है।
अच्छी सी वेंडल कौन सी? क्रैश स्टेटस लगा हुआ। वेलो पे आ गए। अरे वेलो पे आया नहीं मैं, वो डाउनलोड हो रहा है ना यार, टीएफटी डाउनलोड हो रहा है। अब भी टीएफटी डाउनलोड करके सुपर टीएफटी खेलेंगे। ये देखो कितना हो गया डाउनलोड, 49 हो गया। अब तक इसमें टाइम पास करूँ वेलो में। ये लो 50 हो गया। फिर उसके बाद अपन खेलेंगे टीएफटी सुपर। बल्लम गेम है यार टीएफटी, बल्लम गेम है टीएफटी। जिसको समझ में आ गया उससे बढ़िया आ जाता मजा उसको टीएफटी में।
मतलब अच्छी नहीं फालतू की, टाइम पास बैठे बैठे बढ़िया।
हाँ बैठे बिल्कुल टाइम पास हो जाएगा उसमें, और बिल्कुल एडिक्टिव गेम है एकदम। जिसको समझ आ गया फिर वो खेलते ही रहेगा। तो फालतू में ये वैलोरेंट खेलते खेलते भाई पागल हो जाएंगे लोग। बेन स्टोक
Match
क्या टीम
found.
आ रही है? एक ब्रीच ब्रीच 6-6 एक साइड पर 4 चल सकता। ऐसे ही काम है यार, इसलिए तो मैंने बंद कर दिया ये वेलो। अभी चालू करूंगा बाकी अभी बंद है। बहुत लपास गेम है एक नंबर का ये।
Warm up.
वो
अपन एक काम करते हैं, सुनो। अरे यार तुमको फिर वो भी डाउनलोड करना पड़ेगा। अभी मैं तुमको वो करवा था डाउनलोड, स्प्लिट फिक्शन। वो खेलते अपन सुपर। क्या
है?
स्प्लिट फिक्शन डाउनलोड करवा था, वो खेलते सुपर अपन, पर अब वो भी डाउनलोड ही करना पड़ेगा।
कौन सा?
स्प्लिट फिक्शन 2 प्लेयर।
स्प्लिट फ्रिक्शन। अच्छा मैं चलता हूँ, काम करना है। ओके ब्रदर, बाय बाय।
Reloading.
और सुपर
Fight.
बना दिया।
Pew pew.
अच्छी यार आती है एंगार्ड तो।
You're right.
more secrets.
Target down. Back up. Have a kit. That's a kill.
वाह बहुत प्लेयर है ये तो
इधर बनाई
Easy. No bother.
No.
No, my room.
नहीं आते यार बाकी अब मैंने देख लिया भाई बिल्कुल नहीं आते आप
Hi. Bye. Reloading. Put your wish.
और
Found the spot. That's a kill.
GG's. $61 हो गया मेरा 61। कितना हो गया मेरा 61।
Match found.
अब अपन चलाएंगे अनेक बग गया है।
Death match. Warm up.
वायरस है भाई।
We're here because we're the best. Don't any of you forget that.
Fight.
I need to blow something up.
Dominating.
Boss madara. है
बहुत बुरा मार रहे थे
Dominating.
साला एक तो ये अमेरिका वालों के सुबह सुबह होते मैच
Snuff out.
4 बजे 5 बजे
Remaining.
Got one. Sky's out.
Really?
5 kills remaining. One kill remaining. Dominating.
चलो यार हाईलाइट देख लिया यार अब वेलो बंद करो अब वेलो बंद करो और हाईलाइट देख चलाएंगे यूट्यूब यूट्यूब और टीम वन वर्सेस टीम सीक्रेट क्या लगता है दे रहे हो खतरनाक है ये भी
And they were experimenting a
पूरे वैनगार्ड बन गए एक भी नहीं बचो इस नंबर भी आ गया और फटाक से
टी1 वर्सेस
अबे जो तो ऐसे काट रहा हूँ जैसे मैं रेडिएंट पे हूँ आजा आजा जरा चिल्ला रहा है आजा
इसको सेव कर टी1 वर्सेस
चिल्लाता रहता है तू पागल जैसा हैं चुप रह चिल्लाता रहता है तू क्यों रही ए कालू
Access now to the side itself, but dominating this angle right here, Werner wins out. Vitally important one, so Aimee no longer a worry. MIBR can settle in a little bit here, and they're digging deep into the
MIBR's Venom.
It's going to be a very difficult retake.
Oxy9
कालू
If you're on Cloud9.
They've got so much post plant utility for this. Fragment grenades, salvos coming through, pull on the post plant as well. It looks almost impossible for Cloud9.
It's a nade flash in your face if you add in, but you just want to beat buying time, staying alive for as long as humanly possible. Cloud9.
आसपास भैया से थोड़ी जीत पाओगे
Said the post plant util. A little bit too much to
आसपास भैया से थोड़ी जीत पाओगे भैया
Big knife against the back.
बॉस है वो फाइनल बॉस
A lot of pressure.
आसपास भैया
It's been
बॉस
turned up against him, flash in your face as well. It's a bit of help. Bailout potentially. Run and gun is ordered up here from Artisan. Reset of the aim. Rifle in hand. Zephyr. Deliver a death from above. Use it into that 2v2.
Cortezia
Oxy.
ये ले
Onto the angle, Cortesia.
कॉर्सिया भी भयंकर मारता है यार भाई, क्या भयंकर
Fly
खतरनाक,
onto it, defends it,
बहुत
gets the
सुपर
first
खेलता है, मेरे को
down.
बड़ा मजा आता है देखने में इसको।
Keeps Vic in a very awkward spot.
चाटा ही देता बिल्कुल, एक क्या सर पे बिल्कुल,
Disjointing all of this, and somehow Addison's the one who's taking
बहुत भयानक गेम है कॉर्सिया के वहाँ।
And this is MIBR being dismantled in the process, just trying to play and weave in and out here, but caught into the corner.
ये लिटिल प्रोग्रामर के भावेश है क्या?
नहीं,
To Cortesia and Shannon, they can pick up the pieces and make something of the rest of this round.
They're so far out of this play, though.
ये क्या कर रहा है, नाप रहा है?
Oxy's got an operator on the other side of the map. They have to retreat the spike in A main. C9 with a triple lock have just destroyed that A main hold that MIBR were trying to take. They needed to get Aspas into position so that he could ult and exec into the site. Looks towards Secret, spots completely clear. Now Aspas can think about ulting maybe towards Flowers.
He saves it.
In the midst of all of that as well.
और सुपर आल्ट सब रोकता है, क्या मारा? और लपक के आल्ट
into position, trying to escape to the side net. They found himself the slightest of pockets to try and play in.
ये तो हाईलाइट है
ना?
हाईलाइट है तो देख रहे। अरे इनके वो था 4-5 बजे, 4 बजे, 2-2:30 बजे स्टार्ट।
Onto the flank, Oxy. Bide your time. Wait it out. You've been handed a freebie. He's going to claim it. It's left now just to Shane.
Last player standing.
Spike down, he's got a lot to do in this spot. To tap of the spike to force out that pull, almost ISOing these fights from an attempt of it still through the cloud burst. And up in the air, that's Oxy Shorty in hand.
And that's the spike.
Knife thrown, and oh my god, stomping up through B long. That's a critical kill at that. Zephyr taking out Steel Garden. The abundance of util now being thrown forward.
कॉर्सिया भैया संभाल रहे हैं वहाँ पे।
It out, MIBR in a very good spot. Cosmic Divide partitioning this one up as well as blind fires from the Shockies and
हल्के में ले रहे हो क्या कॉर्सिया?
most of this one, and the adjustments of Oxy just not quite on target. And at this point, Cloud9 going to be considering different course of action. They just pick up that operator and they don't even want to play into it.
लो भैया चला रहा है अपने पिल्लू के कियोस ऑपरेटर।
This is definitely a safe call here.
Hold on, this is reactionary. Mitch is looking to try and punish out through mid. Sending up a couple of pot shots.
ये 8 दिन से नहीं बनता है, मेरे को तो नहीं लगता ये 8 दिन इसको निकाल देती है मुझे। कभी काल चल जाए।
They clearly don't realize the spike has been dropped in such an open location, because otherwise they could be
Their
backs are just open completely towards us, and Aspas may have just realized he has the timing. Oxy just peeks back around again, understanding that, wait a second, massive opening and right under sewers just being caught out.
ज़ेप्पा भी भयंकर खेलता है यार भाई, ज़ेप्पा तो भयंकर consistent player है एकदम।
Cortesia as well to salvage the round. Now the spike is in the hands of Verno, and they're making their way to an open site.
They are, but there's still an early warning Cypher trip down long.
30 seconds
and I'm not sure
left.
how much is left on that gate crash. No, it dissipates. So it's going to be very long rotations from Sion, even with the perfect info off this Cypher hat.
Verno got stunned up there by the trip. Still, it's going to be able to stick this player down in time. Cloud9 quickly realizing. Missed a beat with this one. Still, MIBR doubled up. Verno, Cortesia. Salvo's online for Verno as well to stall and delay this one, but you can see aggressive positions. Looking to see if they can turn it into a 2v2 before this retake even gets started. Oxy trying to clear most of the way here. He's out wide though, and his team nowhere near still. Doubled up almost there in time. Leaves it just down to Verno. Primed, holding it with the salvos. That's off the first tap. Forcing these players forward, stunned up, has to ISO every single player coming his way. But a stray spam by Net, counter spam in order as well to push this guy back. Cortesia has been spotted though, and now getting a bit of a run on and a move on. Cortesia not to be removed. And now firmly embedded in through mid. This is causing all sorts of worries into the back of the Cloud9 players' minds. Dimensional drift out wide, doubled up. And a swift dismissal. That's Aspas in through the back of the halls, rifle in hand. Seals up the round.
Fighting pretty aggressively on the lurk, so if you pick him off, then suddenly the vice wall's down.
Just spotted out. Tagged up there, slow to a crawl. One bullet to the head will finish him off here. Open access though. They might be able to get themselves into the A site, get a plan down.
You don't even need to flank retake here because you're always worried about the flank as MIBR.
It's
the threat's there.
Armageddon, this is a lot of ults being layered down on top of it. Saturate to try and slow them to a crawl. Fights being taken in through the back of the site. The positions you can play in, kind of isolated right now. There's a lot of chaos thrown in. Time ticking though, with the spike drop down here. Shane pushing back, looking for that free fight. Leaves it just down to Verno. 1v3. Flash through the wall. I think that's going to be primed, ready, waiting now for Cloud9. Still suppressed for the time being, but a quick pickoff onto Addison. Here it is. Slowed down now, in through the back, and this is it. The go button has been hit. Aspas looking to lay claim to a couple of more lives where he's at least hunting, but now scurrying straight backwards, and there's Oxy in your face. Shorty in hand once more still. MIBR have control of this one, but it's quickly being wrested away from them. There's a 2v2 scenario. Cloud9. First tap, forcing out that pull. Salvos are on 4 next. That's Verno here. Zephyr. Have a tap, forcing it wide. He is stunned up. Bit of damage into the process. Time is of the essence. Half Wincons earned, but here it is. Aspas. He just has to take the peek anyway. Bullets flying through into the box.
Getting one is even good there for him, to be honest. They were completely pre-firing his position.
Zeppa's been embedded in A main. The team will call back towards him.
And Zeppa, despite being down 5-7, has been a monster individually. Will have his opportunities in this attack half as well, especially with Oxy going down, because it puts more pressure on him. Tip of the spear.
No gate crash to get in this time. Just has to contact that with the team.
Down onto the side. Bit of spam from the pixel angle. That is ridiculous stuff from Zeppa, and he's going for even more here. Laying siege to the site, and it's A available. Plant down now, extension into the round here for the pistol. Addison. Stallone making this play. And, okay, net was low enough here. Rapid turnaround. MIBR finding their ways back into his potential pistol, but return of the fire from Mitch. Drop down into pit. Cortesia's going to know at least where one of the players are, but Vic playing the long con. Tuck to the side, and the gamble goes the way. Oh, now he's refracted into the corner. They know exactly where. Oh my God! Spam just finishes him right off. Uh-oh.
Minus 4,700.
That is not ideal, and this is flooding in fast as it happens.
Oh, don't show me Artisan's POV. He's got nothing.
Down to the sides, weaving in and out though, past these smokes, and again, that's going to be the stun. Lay it down into the back of the hall still. Suppressive fire, lay it down by these Cloud9 players, looking to try and combine their might, and Zephyr with a clean-up trade, instantaneous. Shanum slipped his way in through onto the side, hitting at a moment's notice here. TP back to safety, and there's chaos happening in through connector. Gun seeking to be reclaimed here by Artisan, does actually end up picking it up. Tucked to the side, it's an important fight for Net to win out. Disciplined by Addison, not enough to really survive into the midst of all of that though. Cosmic Divide also going to be isolating, cutting up the site to some degree. MIBR looking to see if they can get themselves into this one. Smoke blooms up. Pull's going to be forced out nice and early here. Cloud9 still working with that player disadvantage, but a bit of spam might just seek to correct that, and indeed it does. Cortesia though, spamming away, sticking away. Someone needs to get on this!
How's Net picked up 4 in the midst of all of that?
Members of C9 heading his way.
Slow and steady though, it's going to create openings for MIBR to capitalize. Trying to rip off a head or two, Cortesia feeling the heat, and a couple of bullets to the chest, still alive and kicking Aspas. It's a filthy off angle. Now he needs to dominate this position up through B long. Still taking point. It's a light speed as well, gets out of dodge, so it's going to be a constant nuisance now at the back of the minds of these Cloud9 players, and they want to try and take a fight a little bit further forwards, not anticipating these angles here. Jump spot reveals the hand anyway. To Gun given up and over. Mitch in a very difficult spot. The squeeze being applied to him. Salvas, a flick with the adjustment. Mitch could be an absolutely legendary play. Cooked up 7 bullets left to work with. Just needs the timing, just needs to take it. Waiting for the player to wade right in. In versus Verno! It's all Verno here today. Developing. Flash into the face. It's going to force that refract immediately straight back. Salvos, Hunter's Fury trying to be used. It's going to ease the pressure that's coming out their way on either side. Maybe a connection onto a player or two, and Shorty's into the smokes. Oxy, you will be able to find that value. Convergent pass in order. Verno dominating his position. Slow to a crawl. Nobody can lay claim to the site. With reinforcements arriving, MIBR so quick to correct the course of the round. Thrown off to the side, but as I say that, Vic, how have you found that one? Armageddon out. Oh my goodness! What is going on? From the brink, Cloud9 just bring it straight back. They leave it into the hands of Cortesia to see if he can make anything of this round at all.
C9 walking all the way back through spawn to B. Cortezia does have a bit of util there, maybe a flash to get info.
No, I think they've completely cooked him. I mean, he has no idea at the moment. They could be looking to still finish A. They could be clearing out different positions on the site. Only just now is he thinking about backing up and headed towards the other side of the map.
30 seconds left.
And this is going to be so tough because Vic, Mitch could be positioned in any number of a multitude of spots. Especially if they bait this wall out. Oh, that's not a bait.
Hard committal. Yeah, Mitch is locked off for at least a few seconds. No worries though. Slow play by Cortezia.
I don't see how he can deal with Vic up in heaven.
Flash didn't connect. He needs to ISO a fight. He needs to find someone at least, a straggler potentially. He's sniffed out the position of Vic, but Vic is just up top. They're going to try and double play this one forward. Shorties again. This guy is making a mockery of the game. Plays in net perfectly.
And now the map has just exploded. MIBR is scrambling to close off the middle here.
Try and pick up any sort of information they can, and kills are found. Cortezia again to be that difference maker. Two-piece Oxy and net cleaned up. In through main, Shaynum. Cloud9 players are going to be steadily walking into him, and they are closing in the net. MIBR working their way in behind. Critical kill. Shaynum collects that one, leaves it into the 2v2, and are they going to be expecting this fast off onto the flank? Cosmic Divide cuts up the site. Stalled out here by the Thorns for now, buying time for MIBR to get these rotates. It's all about whether or not they expect Aspas to be in a position that he's in. Steel Garden is good. Even better, denying all these weapons, and Aspas has been given that perfect timing again. Immediately capitalizes, and leaves it all to Xeppaa. Very difficult spot to be placed in. 1v2. Aspas not choosing to play main, just trying to play tucked up close here. Spike, defuse in order, already found the first one. Have earned and a kill on top of it for Cortezia.
Free clear of the round, and they might have a brawl.
Very proactive. They're going to be meeting a lot of presence, as you mentioned. That brawl, the timing is taken against them, and their heads ripped clean off. Oxy rifle in hands, now making moves. Quick play over towards A. Now look at the shortest one up as well. A fight to potentially be taken. It really is Shaynum on a bit of an island. Updraft though, how do you deal with that one? It's a high-low setup, and Oxy clean sweep so far. He's looking for even more. 4-piece ace on the cards. Dash active. You know this guy is hunting, clamoring for it. He knows it, and Vic steals it away. Cloudburst updraft, dash up and over with a flash to supplement. Oxy's trying to be set up nice and cleanly here. Slap to the side, short in your face, too much to overcome. Even if you are Aspas, that heaven control is going to be vital now. Oxy lays claim to it, lays siege to it. MIBR slowly being closed out. Any chances of taking this map more than dwindling at this point. 13 seconds, plenty of time to get this plant down.
I know exactly.
But the play has to be made, and Shaynum just not capable of doing it. Big reveal on Artisan. He's the last one left. It's all up to him to stay alive in this map for his team. And Cloud9 know it. Can play in a more disciplined game here. Wait for him to take the peek into him, and Owen spots it. Fault line to follow, and here's Aspas swinging wide to the side. Stun to help him out here, but narrowly avoided and dodged and juked, and Oxy is making the most out of a chaos situation. 2 picks for him.
Cortezia still has wall on C.
और 92% हो गया भाई.
Slow this one down. Stall it out, try and get these rotations all the way back in, leaping into the fight like a salmon upstream. Able to trade out these kills into a 2v2 now with a pistol round. Net plant down. There's no stopping this one, and control towards CT is called for.
And a push.
Oh yeah, all the way deep as well. Oh my god, just missing the moment there. Just seeing, spotting the shoulders. Net. He's taking a bullet there for his brethren. That was meant for Vic. And now forced to back away, isolated into this fight here. Paranoid up. Can't see much in this spot. He's got to know roughly the positioning of these players, but tucked up now, tight to pillar. It's all a gamble. It's all what he's banking on. Spotted, right click here. Toppling around, man. But tucked to that spot here. Paranoia though, still
94 हो गया भाई ना.
Shaynum is no more. Quickly taken care of. Plant now for Cloud9 on top of it. Cortezia is making himself known. Getting tripped up in the process. Util's going to be used pound for pound here to try and stall this one out. Maybe I'm still going to make a decent go at this one here, but the one-way reset up into your faces, trying to cross past this one is difficult at best, yet still making the most of it. MIBR Still, there's a path to be paved, and it's paved in blood at this point. Vardaz making the most, and good with the movement, at least to stay alive for a moment there from Aspas. Yet Vic is doing the most. 3 kills so far into the round. Cortesia noted. Not much more you can do from this spot. A bit more economical damage.
I'm re-clearing. They're only now arriving to retake.
Now through Heaven, the first line of defense is going to be Oxy. Smoke's going to be dissipating at some point. That's his team laying down some util. They know the timings inherently, and as the doors opened up, well, let's go on for a bit of exploration. Quick snap to the side. Hospital flick to dodge the flash, but not enough to dodge the bullets. It's going even ever so slightly, still player disadvantage, but Cloud9 may be able to equalize. Zephyr weaving in and out, Armageddon at your feet. Nowhere to stand, nowhere to hide. You gotta wait out that ult though. Salvo's immediately breaking that one open, but as a counter, stunning order. Bucky's in play, still followed up and cleaned up, and it's a rifle obtained. Quick plant now down onto the B side. Rapid plays by Cloud9 seems to be the name of the game. And Vic is hyper aggressive. Could be trying to take this peek into him. Aspas! Straight transfer. Not quite aligning there, but Cortesia's doing, definitely done enough damage. And to this point for Cloud9, Zephyr and Net, last ones have to stand against most of this. Aspas running them down and away, and a quick snap to the side. Shainham dismisses and deals with Zephyr almost single-handedly, and baiting Net out wide. 9, not too many guns to use here. Got to rely onto the util and just try and buy time for the Zephyr lurk all the way through, but Vic has already fallen. Fault line is waiting. Net's going to be in front of this, though. As soon as this one gets sent flying, there it is, forwards once more. Artisan sticking. They don't really know what to expect from where these players are, and the salvos are not coming out in time. That's half already onto the defuse. Going to try and preempt this one. Send the salvos out nice and early. Cortesia a tap, pulling these players out wide. Cloud9, the positions are noted, and MIBR know exactly what to do into this spot. Back over towards A Rubble. Bit of evade and switch, seeing if they can pull some of this util out blind as anything. Oxy is just slowly crawling towards it, but into the open arms and crossfire setup that MIBR have got cooking and set up. Vic somehow in the midst of all of this one ended up way out of dodge. And he's on the last one left.
He's on defense with an op.
Picked up the stinger. Gonna be waiting for you though. How do you deal with all of this? Aspas happy. Reset. Fight to be taken. Stun tucked up. Smoke's not going to be helping you out too much when Vic is pulling off magic like this. Like a rabbit out of the hat. Pulls a round out of his ass as well, man. This is just unreal stuff from Cloud9 when they needed it most.
What magicians have you been going to see?
I don't want to know, mate. Yeah. You don't want to know.
It feels like if C9 just go into that quantity of rubble fights, one's eventually got to have a huge play coming out of somebody.
Now finally laying claim to a bit of space onto the B side. Stealth thrown out wide, has to be broken, will do just that. And where we going, man? Swings and roundabouts, making mad pivots all over the bloody place. And they're trying to go in through baby door. Shainham! He's more than a menace right now. TP just to try and back himself away, and his Cloud9 players are being corralled, picked to pieces. Chomped. These A players could really do some damage. Oxy's already removed one of them. Rolling Thunder to try and disrupt this one. Plan not going to be going down. A bit of raw spam as well coming in through the main choke points. And, okay, we're going to be pivoting back over towards A.
Oh, ये चालू हो गया अपना तो क्या?
Here, it's going to be a second before MIBR's rechargeables come back online.
Aspas realizing it. A lot of contact to be caught up top there, and after
तुम तो गेम में हो.
Sets him up nicely. Stealth drone trying to get a handle in terms of the player positions. It's broken, so they know the rough position of Artisan. Still ults are available to be utilized. Zephyr is considering it now. Armageddon held ready, lying in wait, and there it is. It's going to be buying even more time. Well placed. Slight pocket to play in, but time is being bled out. Refight up towards Heaven is even better still. For Cloud9, we're going to deal with Cortesia, and this guy is not stopping and not slowing down. Time is against him though. Oh, Martin's lucky that he's alive, and barely a shred of health left to his name here. They're able to just put a stop to any sort of pressure being applied, but Cloud9 relentless in their approach. It's all or nothing from them. And they're able to clean up and at least follow up. Putting a bit of a vice grip on them. Shainham. Signs of life for him. He's barely there. He's got the spike in his hand, so he's going to be able to scurry away and potentially get that plant down into A. There's a chance to make it winnable.
Cover going out. 7 HP in a dream. Paranoia, but no safe position to use it from. He's just got to hit some ridiculous headshots.
Yeah, this is the spot that he's been placed in. As you mentioned, Cloud9 are not going to be giving anything away for free. Still, there's a chance of the timing to be taken. Guns have been looking the other way at things. Smoke propped up. Just out to the side here. Net's going to be sticking this one onto the defuse. Paranoia forward still. It's already just being stuck all the way forwards. And one round for Cloud9. Consolation kills at the end of the day for Shanum.
Phantom.
Posture, force them to respect the angles. MIBR now going to be going for it. Second wave of the approach. Smokes are going to be fading, and you don't have the weapon at hand to really deal with most of that one. Still stunned. Ricocheting out towards their side as bodies to be found. Players toppled. Cloud9 still right from behind as Oxy with a quick return. Even faster reactions. Spike down and out. Cortesia just rattling off bullets. Thorns already being used here. Blinds in your face. Aspas glides to the side, hoping to catch that timing here. Still trying to control this space, but could be meeting the other end of the shotgun, made into mincemeat on the other side of things here. Now the Salvos push them out wide. Oxy's momentum completely stalled out, but the bullets raining them down with lead. And a bit of fire and fury here. Cloud9 offset this one, and MIBR will be finding it difficult yet. Just unconventional, a bit awkward at best. Shanum though is Timid right behind him and lines up with these players. Vic is just instantaneous with the return, man. How is he landing these shots? Snappy as anything. It's a 4-piece in a round for him, and one player's left to stand. Cortesia lets them all know. Breaking the trip. But the tension is just still going to see how this one gets used, and Aspas has been left alone. Sacrificial is the nature of his position in that spot right there. He's going to be taking most of the contact. Rolling Thunder pushing him back once more, and just trying to hold the line against this net. Perfect time to strike, but the smoke dissipates, and Oxy is revealed. Thor needs to open up wide. MIBR winning this one out. Spilling out blood now onto the side, and Net just spraying them all down. Bitch. Way can be broken, spells it all out, and this reclearance. Cortesia missed the 2K himself. Offers his team a bit of a lifeline, now trying to enter their way back in, and the shot's just about missing. Aspas needs some help and needs some bailout. He's trying to play his life, and play it he does to perfection. Weaving back and forth here. Any attempt at the return of the fire from Cloud9 is coming up with naught.
Once more, MIBR get around basically because of Cortesia. It felt like it was happening multiple times on Pearl. Wasn't enough for them in the end, but this guy's had his moments for sure today. In spots where you wouldn't expect it. A 2K with a Guardian. C9 is still going to go for this one, but they are on the outside looking in round 19.
No flashes, no stun. This is going to be difficult.
And Aspas off angle, loses the first engagement. 6 HP, that's what Mitch has been dropped down to. Util still to be spent out, layered out. It's an Armageddon, trying to force the issue. Verno push round to the side here, and in the midst of all this sound cues and the chaos, he takes himself out. Shanum spotted, and he's the last line of defense for them. Time is ticking with that spike rapidly approaching, and at this point, circle probably already shrinking. Not sure if Net's going to be communicating that. And Oxy has found Shanum as the door was just peeking wide open.
Yeah, that's not great. Now no smokes, no paranoia for the post plant. They're going to be relying on Cortesia with his Vice ultimate, with Thorns to try to slow the round down. There go the Thorns.
And the Steel Guardian's going to be even better in the back pocket. Let loose, perfect timing on it. Cloud9 looking to try and get back into the fight rapidly at that. So now we get him to try and layer it all the way down and swapping around with a weaponry. Aspas, my God. 2-piece again for him. Time has been bought. TP forwards as well, trying to cut up these angles. Mitch has found that first kill inside for the Salvos. Enough to buy that time. Pivoting into that B hit. That B main control, smoke layer down, drop down, and there it is. Judge in hand, Net. It's just ripping them to pieces. And now, there's no pivot option. You have to send it. All in is the play to be made. But precision is the name of the game for Cloud9. And Verno, one man left alone. Switch. There's a hard shot to hit, and Aspas immediately returns with the fire. Look at this guy. Lights out. Plays in Ardis into perfection.
They just ran him over.
It was actually just a great economic investment to have a stinger this round.
Yeah, genius. I mean, yeah. What did Frod say to him? Just run at them? Aspas, skip through the meadows over towards Mound, man. That's an incredible round for MIBR to suddenly pick up the aggression and storm over C9.
It's a 2v4. Mitch's position is very much known.
They can try and play for this. They have money. Don't have to worry about not being able to rebuy for the potential last round in this one. And if you snap to a couple of more heads, maybe there's a chance of it here. Yes, Rolling Thunder's committed. They think this one's winnable. Already laying siege and laying claim to this site. This is a 2v2 at that. Just missing the timing onto this one, but the phone line is perfection on top of it. Leave it to the 1v1 Mitch. Time ticking. 3 kills into the round, and what a Wincon's just dwindle away from him.
C9. Oh, it was a fake on the A fight.
Yeah, trying to at least feign it potentially here. Through B, through C, it's familiar scenes. Maybe I've seen this one before, but how do you withstand against it? Heat's been turned up all the way, and they want to take this one to OT in the blink of an eye. Applied now to Shanum. Spotted out here, suppressed, and yeah, capitalize. Quick on the heels is Oxy, and this guy's not giving up any sort of space here. Here's it, dashing up and around here. Stun's gonna be overlapped, overlaid. Oxy, do you dare overstep yourself and try and take this one? Peek, forwards, and he's just ahead of the timings. Util's flying forwards. MIBR trying to gear up for this one into the retake. This guy is unstoppable. It's a 4-piece before finally the rabid dog that Oxy is shut down. And Verno's left to watch in dismay and see how he can just try and find a way through into this round. It's so damn unlikely. 1v4. Cam in your face, too many layers to peel back and find a way through. Util being used all over the place, and he's getting tricky with it again with the TPs! An adjustment! Spray transfer. It's exactly what the doctor ordered. Vic delivers it. Once more, Aspas alone towards the back, but finally some backup reinforcements arriving. It's Verno. He's quick onto the scene, and a jar with the movement, spraying him down. Mitch left alone to his devices into this 1v1 scenario. 13 seconds left on the clock. This is it. For all the marbles for the series and all, for MIBR to survive at all. Plan stuck down, bullets spread wide and past Armageddon. Forwards, Mitch, what position are you playing in? Narrowly avoiding. And the reposition from Verno could be exactly what MIBR needed. Rotating around, the question is, does Mitch clear it? The answer is no. Oh, his team though. Happy to back him up here. Off to the side of here, and on top of the rope, see with the paranoia flying forwards. Plenty of bodies, plenty of targets. Laying claim here, just firing down from on high. Cortezia making good usage of it. The rest of his team happy to bail him out. Bit of extra firepower. Till and Aspas is claim to most of this site. Still angles and pockets to play and weave in and out. Net to 2-piece to be found. The rest of his team, time has been bought for them to try and play themselves all the way back in. Stalemate and pause court for tempering in the midst of the round. A beautiful moment. And MIBR finding all the success in the world.
Another chance for Mitch in the clutch, this time to save this map.
And a 1v3, this is MIBR just trying to sail all the way to Haven. MIBR not taking any chances. There's a tap to try and pull Mitch out wide and open. Aftershock forwards and eager to draw blood. It's 15-13. He's going to be looking to explode at a moment's notice here, and he spots it. Body's going wide. Luckily, there's a complete collapse as well. Bullets are going to be flying forwards here. MIBR would carve out a bit of a path. Nice and even, 3v3.
I love that little sidestep by Verno. You see how he walked super wide, way into A main, and just pulled the crosshair away from the rest of the team. He's allowed it to get back into a 3v3, but Net's utility is covering a lot of the middle of this map.
C9 though, they're only going to really have the breach stun to make this retake happen. Got you. And all of these players are going to be quite late to actually make it over on the rotation.
So stealth drone in through the back, clears the way in towards C. Util's going to be dealt with. Cloud9 now happy to set up. Bide their time, try and play this one into the retake.
Shadows traveling.
Shannon still has a paranoia to work with.
Seeing their fault line flies forward here. Salvo's going to be used actually preemptively here by MIBR. Looking to see if they can find a win con in the midst of all of this here. Vic, it just lights out. Looking for a bit of a skirmish. Fight to be taken here, but that's rapid and quick. Zephyr is just weaving in and out, just trying to survive. But the response from MIBR is just immaculate.
MIBR, if they had not succeeded in this A hit, they wouldn't have had many other options. Had no map control really, except for A and A long. Actually, there was some really nice team fighting from them.
Approaching. It's going to get gifted at least with the possibility of just one fight, but as he's activating the setup, that's when Cortezia strikes. Oh, just the best timing in the world for these MIBR players to be taking.
Two absolutely perfect 1v1s for Cortesia. Just wins the round for MIBR. C9 don't want to risk losing this one out. Don't have a lot of money left. Their bank would be broken if they lost these guns.
Mitch is clearing out short, wondering.
Down, Addison holding.
Rolling Thunder.
Rolling Thunder, and here's the kills collected. Trying to push them back as well as the fight was just about to be taken. Insert to pause unwillingly there for Cloud9. Just being stalled out to such a high degree. Already to Cloudburst though to get themselves back in along with a dart. Whipping it all the way around here. Cortesia off to the side. It's a salvos, but half has been earned to win con. The Cloud9 can work with a couple of taps there. Bullets flying forwards. Just trying to go off the neural theft and the reveals. Net stands his ground. Holds it down. Cloud9 finally able to get around. Up and away. He's missed the initial shot. Bladestorm, an attempt to salvage, but Aspas straight back at it. He's making sashimi out of the rest of the players out onto the side here. And Vic will do quite a bit to try and offset the damage done. Running and gunning. Classic right clicks. This is pure carnage.
Aspas is playing gun game. Goes from the rifle, 2 kills with that, and now a 1v2 for Zeppa.
And he's finding the perfect timing on top of it, but the final boss himself, Aspas. These mid-round audibles are going to be calling, look, they're not hard committing. They've got access to the B site, and they're making it very well known. Damage done, multitudes of players, and betrayed by the barrel just poking through. Zeppa is no more. Oxy is going to be joining him, I think, shortly. Just giving a hop over, but Shanum all the more aware for it. At this point, this is a wrap for Cloud9. You've got to try and save these rifles.
Such a cool round for MIBR. They've conditioned these 4-1 lurks, only ever committing where they insta-show or calling back onto their lurk on the other side. Here, for the first time, sending forces towards B, faking C with the spike, and then calling back into it. Really nice mix-up from Artson and the gang at MIBR.
Cloud9 set up. It's a critical fight is about to be won out potentially. My God, it's labored, but eventually getting it. He's up in the air. You get away with bloody murder. Shorty out. You get away with that. Aspas, why not? Put a cherry on top. Make me a cake while you're at it.
This is a collapse, a crumble of C9. I mean, that's just tragic. The fight itself is so labored. I don't know whether he was trying to bait out the swing or whether he was actually going for the wallbang shots, but the fact you also land the shorty kill.
Here's the clash and the skirmish. You've already caught the contact of these players, and here it is. Ult offloaded, Armageddon all the way through. That's the paranoia forwards and a TP on bricks. Mass cleanups in order here, and it's Zeppa and Oxy on janitor duty. Just trying to make the most of it. They're definitely finding the advantage. And edge they were looking for, still double fighting. This is how you throw it. You do not want to be giving this guy in. Cortesia has been on an absolute tear this entire series. And you may have just given him a lifeline.
Net only as a judge, he wants to get a gun. And Cortesia is defending these weapons.
Hell of a read, but anticipating that it could be in a different direction. And Net's just going to be waiting for the spike to be planted before he can receive that upgrade. Wants to play it safe.
I mean, the trip's there for good information anyway on the flank, so if he has the confidence to go for a plant, he's going to have great info about where Net is coming from.
Cortesia has a camera in the post plant, and there are no cages for Net.
30 seconds left. Spike planted.
And now it comes down to a game of timings. Both these players going to be drifting around.
Oh, this is brutal. I mean, it looks like it's planted for CT. It looks like it's planted for Heaven. You're not really going to think about a guy being tucked short, I don't think, here.
Yeah, it's unorthodox. We'll see if Net considers it here. Steadily working, trying to clear up all of those unknowns across the map, but now getting a move on, getting a run on because he can hear it. Spike stuck, but Net none the wiser, and it's all... It's open access, but there are these sight lines that are opened up, and there's no smokes forward Aftershock. Pushing it back once more. Paranoia is going to be sweeping through anyway, blinding up most of them. Causing it even, though. It's 4v4 as it stands, and tap, a push forwards. This is Cloud9 potentially overcooking, because Verno has got a bit of a read on it, but he's just missed the timing onto this one, and the smoke's going to be pushed. Doubled up with the discipline there. Shanum, hard committed, hard stuck into the corner, near-sighted as what? plants and finally trying to play themselves in. Cortesia! Oh my, finally denied, but he's surely done enough in terms of the damage. Vic, 5 HP and a dream. The tap pulled out.
30 seconds
Fast
left.
forwards, and now he knows it's not quite the case. Just hold in for the repush. It is dashing forwards with that dart, but no clearance into the corner. And Cortesia, you can't be doing this to him, son. He's just like trying to take your time with it. And Seba just whips it all the way around. Quick 180. And a spray down in order here. 2 players left to stand for MIBR, looking to try and play into this retake.
Ospas is still alive though. Inferno has at least the salvos to try and make something of this.
Last player standing.
Didn't anticipate Vic already being in heaven. It wanders forward and whoa, what are you doing up here?
They can keep the stack on A.
Yeah, and here it is. Flash forward to the fault line as well. A bit of spam into the smoke on top of it. Lighting these players up, but obviously just can't quite spray them down. Still an attempt to flip back in is punished. Cloud9 got every avenue watched for there. An attempt by MIBR to try and defend that one is immediately dismissed.
Left down into a 2v4. Pretty similar to a previous round, except that Cortesia is in a much nicer spot to make something happen. And it doesn't Vic's not holding it either.
Yeah, he was just watching it and ended up looking in a different direction. Cortesia, what are you going to be doing? Putting on a bit of a show for us, I think, here at this point. Oxy with a reposition, trying to be smart with it. Cover the avenues. Make sure that he's that power policy lying in wait, and finally tapping away with the Guardian and hand, a bit of precision. And Calm ordered for in the middle of the round. Shaneham's going to be doing a lot of damage.
Rapid fire like आओ ही नहीं आखिरी तक नहीं हो.
No, I can't.
You can go.
पांच तो वैसे छठ को नहीं आ रहा.
Have him out ball, Oxy up and over, up, drive to the power door.
Por mal go.
That's a full reveal into the back.
जो सोच रहे थे गाड़ी आ रही है नहीं.
Decapitating Cortesia. Had to mid-gulp in the middle of all that action.
MIBR set up for the retake here. 3 players working through garage.
They're just not. Now you've seen it. Through the back. Oh my god, what a finish to the series!
चलो आया सारा लिया आ गए क्या मैं साथ में भाई तुम्हारे चलो करो चालू
अब नहीं
एस्टिमेटेड भी लिखा आ रहा है यार इसमें तो सुपर मोबाइल में तो नहीं आ रहा तो लिखा मेरे पास भी यार बूम्स तो वाह सुपर 3 2 है मेरे पास तो बूम्स क्या समझ पा रहे हो नहीं समझ पा रहे हैं पेल वर्ल्ड जैसा लग रहा है पेल वर्ल्ड ये पेल वेल वर्ल्ड जैसा नहीं है भाई दिमाग का गेम है तेरा पल्ले भी नहीं पड़ेगा 40 HP. स्ट्रीम स्नाइप तो ना कर रहे क्या है आवाज नहीं आ रही है हेलो
क्या नहीं मिल रहा
स्ट्रीम स्नाइप तो ना कर रहे
चलो
मिल रहा है यार भाई मैच नहीं मिल पा रहा है भाई आज और मिल गया कर ले यार भाई एक्सेप्ट
बस भाई कंप्लीट काम हो जाता हाँ भाई क्या बोलने की इच्छा है इसकी साइबर वाली हो रही है इस बार एनिमल स्क्वाड बनाऊंगा भाड़ में जाए सब क्या भैया
है
एनिमल स्क्वाड बनाऊंगा
तुम तो बना लो बाकी मेरा ये बॉर्डरलेस विंडो में चल रहा हूँ
जैसे भी चल रहा है चलाना जाके जाके कहा जाएगा ग्राफिक्स सही है भैया मतलब जरूरी थोड़ी कि बड़ी स्क्रीन पे खेल
अब तो ठीक है बाकी मेरा इस साइड गेम क्यों नहीं आ रहा अरे भागती गाइस है भाई
राइट क्लिक
राइट से भागा अरे वो सब तो ठीक है मेरी इस पे क्यों नहीं चल रही है मेरे को इस वाली में चलाना है मेरे
चल जा
है
चल जा
चल ही रही है
Mother always said, don't lose.
अरे यार अब पास हो रही है ये नहीं चल रहा
मैं नहीं चल रहा हूँ पक्का होगा।
Chase to your heart's content.
ये वो नहीं है कि स्विच कर दो
है ना ऊपर सेटिंग में जाके कर लो।
तो स्विच करके बनाएंगे ना कि मैं वो वाला पाए मॉनिटर
है तो बॉर्डरलेस विंडो से ड्रैग करके ले आओ ना ये साइड।
अरे तो फिर वो ये में चल नहीं रहा ना वही तो कर रहे थे
हैं
ये क्लिक ही नहीं हो रहा फिर कछु वही में चल रहा है ये वही चल रहा है ये तो पहाड़ दिया हम स्ट्रीम बंद कर दे रहे
अरे चलान दो का दिक्कत आ रही है।